Hello, everybody. This is Paul with the Raw Life Health Show, and it's been quite a while since I made a video. I've been doing amazing, and since I got off my fast and just eating my raw vegan diet, as you can see from my website, just amazing raw food meals every day, and feeling great. My weight is still staying where I want it to be, and I feel wonderful. There's no bloatness, and I'm going to be making more videos about that. But today I wanted to talk about something very important when it comes to health. A lot of people are asking me about different diseases and different things they could do. Please, I've spoken about this before, everybody. Please get a blood test and to know if what you're doing is working for you. It's very important because we can't just go by how we feel. We have to make sure what we're doing is truly working for us and truly helping us. And people always ask me, well, what type of blood test should get? There are many different types. I love the blood test at AmericanMetabolicLaboratories.net. There's a complete blood profile test, which tells you pretty much everything of what's going on in your body. It's more than just, oh, I'm going to see if I'm deficient in this vitamin or something else. No, it tells things on a hormonal level, and it's very excellent test. But there's one specific test that can reveal so much. And I always say there's one disease with many different stages. So there's one disease with many different stages. And one of the most common stages of disease, or one of the most advanced stages of disease, is inflammation. All right. So if there's inflammation in the body, there's some sort of a disease going on. Now, it doesn't reveal exactly what the disease is, but inflammation of any type is a later stage of disease. Well, how do you know what your inflammation levels are? And that's why this test I wanted to talk about is called C-Reactive protein, a CRP. Whenever you get a blood test, make sure the doctor gives you a CRP test. As a matter of fact, if you have drug insurance, I don't call it health insurance, but it doesn't pay for health, it pays for drugs. Go get yourself a CRP test, even if you don't get yourself one, just to see where you're at. It's important. And CRP is actually, I'll read this here. It says several body parts make CRP, C-reactive protein. It is especially made by the immune cells, the liver, and fat cells. Because CRP levels rise and fall depending on the amount of inflammation in the body, it is especially useful for inflammation that is not obvious, like internal inflammation. Now, I suffered myself from inflammatory bowel disease, which is inflammation of the colon. Anytime you have a disease that ends in the letters ITIS, it means there's inflammation somewhere in the body. And this would be one of the examples. So there are so many chronic inflammatory conditions, such as rheumatoid arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease, vasculitis, and proctitis, pancreatitis, so many. And a CRP, or a C-reactive protein test, is a great way to understand or see how an infection or how much something is healing. And chances are, if you have a high inflammation level, you could have all sorts of diseases, including cancer. So it's a great way to know these things. So it's not going to specifically detect a disease, but it's going to protect inflammation. And basically, if you're out of range on the CRP test, there's a reason. I don't want to use the word concern, but something needs to be done to figure out why you're in an inflamed state. And anything over a 1 is something to be concerned about. Over a 3 could mean you are in consistent state of inflammation and a risk of developing some sort of an inflammatory disease, if not worse, cancer or something. So it's good. So there are different levels. It says in men under 1 and women under maybe a half. The levels, the fact that the levels are high does not mean it is a bad thing if a recent trauma has occurred in the body. But the problems begin when the levels don't go back down to a normal state after a while. And that can indicate chronic inflammation. So the CRP test that's going to look at the levels of inflammation in the body is a chronic inflammatory state, or a treatment is working. At all times, it's good to take the test. And that speaks to the next thing, and one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video is I believe health is reducing things that are creating unhealth as much as possible. The formula for health is power minus obstruction equals vitality. Power minus obstruction equals vitality. So we want to do things that are going to help our body to thrive. And I'm not big into taking unnatural things. I'm into keeping things as natural as we possibly can. I think supplements are wonderful until we could find out why we need the supplements. But if we get the nutrients our body truly needs in a natural form, that's the best way to go. Anti-inflammatory or antioxidants are just a wonderful thing. And I search all the foods on the planet that have the highest amount of antioxidants for my body to thrive without putting so much bad things in my body. Because there are some foods that have high antioxidants like chocolate, but the caffeine outweighs the good, and that can create more of a problem. Same thing with something like green tea. Well, in reducing inflammation, there are some natural things you can do, like turmeric is wonderful and so on, but still, it's not the ideal thing to do. The ideal thing and the highest anti-inflammatory is something called astaxanthin. It's an algae. It's all vegan. It comes from the ocean. It's an algae. It's a red algae, and it's what gives like pink flamingos their pink color. And basically, when the lake or the river gets stressed, this algae is created. And this algae is what has a high antioxidants that help produce the inflammatory response. And it's amazing. I mean, it's better than vitamin C. It's better than turmeric and all this as an inflammatory and immune booster. And there's several different ones in the market. The problem is, and this is what I run into, is a lot of the ones that are being sold on Amazon and all this are cheap, unabsorbable types of astaxanthin. And me being a health watchman, I want people to be as healthy as possible. And there's one company I found that has patented a specific form of how to get the astaxanthin in more usable in the body. So the average astaxanthin might be 8 to 10% absorbable, where the one by this company, Valasta, is 88 to 90% absorbable. It makes a big difference, big difference. And if you haven't tried this yet and you're serious about your health, you need to get this. It's just wonderful, and I've been using it now for quite a while, and I think it's helped me tremendously. But the testimonials I got is through the roof. I mean, I continuously get testimonials and reorders of this product because it definitely does work. Anything from candida to cancer and anything in between, this is what you want. And if anyone wants it as inflammatory bowel disease or any other inflammatory issues, arthritis or anything like that, this is it. Astaxanthin, and it's by a company called Valasta, and the link is below the video to learn more and where to get it, and a testimonial as well by my friend Jody, who just had cancer and a C-reactive protein was high, and it came down tremendously once she started taking this. And I have a good amount of testimonials from people like that. So that's what I'm really big into here. And supplement-wise, I mean, I have to stop getting turmeric and things like this. But this is like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times stronger than these things. And it's all in one. It's really wonderful. And so that's the one I recommend. But if you're going to get it, you want to get the one by Valasta. Again, the link's below the video. And what else is going on here? I mean, I did a long fast, and since then I've been fasting once a week, and I've just been feeling amazing. I've been making a lot of recipes, and I'm going to get those recipes on the website real soon, so you could have some of them as well. Things are going great here. I feel better than ever, and I hope you're doing great as well. So stay tuned for more information. I just wanted to let you know and remind you, if you're not already taking that astaxanthin, try it. I'm telling you, it will change your health and your life. And get that C-reactive protein test. It's going to be good to just know where you're at. All right. Until then, everybody, have a blessed day and a great raw life.